I watch my wife smile at her phone for the 7th time tonight, and I know it's him, Marcus Hale. Billionaire, philanthropist, her new boss. The man who hired her 3 months ago and has slowly become the 3rd person in our marriage. "You're being paranoid," she says without looking up. Her voice is light, dismissive, the way you'd speak to a child who's afraid of shadows. I set my fork down carefully. We're sitting at the dinner table I built with my own hands, in the house I've spent 5 years renovating for us. "Emma, I'm not paranoid. I'm watching you disappear." Now she looks at me. Her eyes, once soft with love, are sharp with irritation. "You're being insecure. Marcus is my boss. He's mentoring me. This promotion could change our lives. Our lives don't need changing." She laughs, actually laughs. "You're happy being a contractor forever? I'm sorry if I want more." The words land like a slap. I've given her everything I have. My time, my loyalty, my devotion. And it's not enough because I don't have a yacht, or a penthouse, or whatever the hell Marcus Hale uses to make people worship him. Just be careful, I say quietly. Men like him don't help people out of kindness. She stands, her chair scraping against the wood floor. Men like him? You mean successful? Ambitious? Maybe that's your problem, Daniel. Maybe you can't stand watching me succeed. She leaves the table. Her phone buzzes again. She reads it, smiles, and walks away. That night I lie awake beside her sleeping form and make a decision. If she won't listen to words, she'll learn another way. The next morning, I show up at Hale Industries. Not as her husband, as a contractor. We're renovating the executive floor, the hiring manager tells me. "Mr. Hale wants the best. You come highly recommended." I smile. I take pride in my work. For 2 weeks I'm invisible, just another worker in coveralls, measuring walls and installing fixtures. But I'm watching, learning, seeing what Emma refuses to see. Marcus Hale is a predator dressed in Armani. I watch him touch her shoulder during meetings. Watch him lean in close when he speaks to her. Watch him make her feel special, chosen, seen, all the things I apparently failed to do. And I watch her bloom under his attention like a flower turning toward poisoned sunlight. "Your husband's a lucky man," he tells her one afternoon. I'm on a ladder 10 feet away, supposedly adjusting a light fixture. Emma's laugh is nervous, flattered. We're very different people." "Different how?" She hesitates then. "He's content with small things. I want more." "Ambition is attractive," Marcus says smoothly. "So few people have real hunger anymore." I grip my screwdriver so hard my knuckles turn white. That evening Emma comes home late. Again. Her excuse is a presentation. Her eyes are bright with something that isn't exhaustion. "How was work?" I ask. "Amazing." Marcus thinks I'm ready for the Paris project. 6 weeks abroad. Can you believe it? Yes, I can believe it. Because today, while fixing a panel in his office, I found something. A folder. Not digital. Physical. Old school. Hidden behind a false panel in his desk that I discovered purely by accident. Inside, photos, documents, contracts, and a pattern. Young women. Ambitious. Married or partnered. Each one hired, promoted, mentored. Each one eventually photographed in compromising positions. Each one paid off with NDAs and silence money when their usefulness expired. Emma is number 17. That's wonderful, I say carefully. Did he mention who else is going? Just us. It's a sensitive negotiation. He needs someone he trusts. She's glowing. She thinks she's special. She has no idea she's the latest transaction. I could show her the folder. Beg her to see the truth. But I know my wife. She'd accuse me of jealousy, of sabotage, of trying to hold her back. The more I push, the faster she'll run toward him. So I don't tell her. Instead, I make copies of everything. Every photo, every contract, every pattern of predation documented in Marcus Hale's private collection of conquests. and I start building my own case. "You're being quiet," Emma says one night. She's packing for a business dinner. Her dress is new, expensive. A gift from Marcus, though she pretends she bought it herself. "Just thinking." "About?" "How much I love you," I say truthfully. "How far I'd go to protect you." She softens slightly, crosses to me, kisses my forehead like I'm her brother, not her husband. "I know you worry, but I'm fine. Better than fine. I'm finally becoming the person I was meant to be. The person Marcus Hale is creating," she means. After she leaves, I open my laptop. The encrypted files sit ready. Evidence that could destroy a billionaire. Proof that could save my marriage. But timing matters. If I move too soon, she'll defend him. If I wait too long, she'll be too broken to save. So I watch. And I wait. And 3 days later, everything changes. Emma comes home at 2 a.m., makeup smeared, dress torn at the shoulder. She's crying, deep, ugly sobs that shake her entire body. What happened? I'm on my feet, fear and fury flooding through me. She can't speak, just shakes her head over and over. I pull her into my arms. She collapses against me, and for the first time in months, she holds me like I matter. "Emma, what did he do?" She finally looks at me. Her eyes are destroyed. "You were right. You were right about everything." She tells me everything. The business dinner was a trap, private room, champagne, and Marcus Hale's hand on her thigh, his breath against her neck, his whispered promise that her career depended on what happened next. I said no, Emma sobs. I pushed him away, and he just laughed, like I was being naive, like he'd been waiting for this moment all along. I hold her tighter, my jaw locked to keep from screaming. He said I was just like the others, that I'd come around, that they all do. Her voice cracks. What others, Daniel? What was he talking about? This is my moment. Show her the folder. Destroy Marcus Hale. Save my wife. But something stops me. A thought. Cold and calculating. If I show her now, she'll be devastated, but powerless. Marcus will bury the evidence, buy her silence, and move on to victim 18. The system protects men like him, unless I make him vulnerable first. The others don't matter, I say quietly. What matters is making sure he never does this again. Emma pulls back, searching my face. What are you saying? I'm saying I can handle this, but you have to trust me. Trust you how? I make a decision that will either save us or damn us both. Go back. She stares at me like I've lost my mind. What? Tomorrow. Go to work. Act normal. Pretend tonight didn't happen. I cup her face. Emma, men like Marcus think they're untouchable. The only way to hurt them is from the inside. And you're already inside. You want me to. What? Spy on him? I want you to be smart. Document everything. Every inappropriate comment, every boundary he crosses, build a case so airtight he can't buy his way out. Her eyes narrow. You've thought about this before tonight. My silence is answer enough. How long have you known? Her voice is dangerous now. How long have you been watching him? 2 weeks. I'm working on his renovation. I found you've been at my office spying on me, protecting you, without telling me. She stands, anger replacing grief. You let me walk into that dinner knowing what he was? You wouldn't have believed me. You thought I was jealous, insecure, trying to sabotage your career. If I'd told you, you would have run straight to him to prove me wrong. She opens her mouth, closes it, because we both know I'm right. So what? She says finally. I'm supposed to go back and smile at the man who assaulted me? Pretend everything's fine while you, what, play vigilante? I'm not playing anything. I have evidence, photos, documents, a pattern of behavior spanning years. But it's not enough, not yet. He's too connected, too powerful. We need him to make a mistake so public, so undeniable, that not even his money can save him. Emma sits down slowly. I watch her process the shock, the betrayal, the calculation. This is the woman I married. Smart, strategic, dangerous when cornered. What kind of mistake? She asks. And just like that, we're conspirators. The next morning, Emma goes to work. She wears armor disguised as a pencil skirt and blazer. Hair perfect, makeup flawless. No sign of last night's tears. Marcus calls her into his office within an hour. I know because I'm there, in the ceiling, running cable for new lighting. The renovation gives me access to everything. Every room, every conversation. I installed a recording device 3 days ago. Now I listen. Emma. His voice is warm, concerned. About last night. I think there was a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding. Her voice is flat. I may have read signals wrong. I apologize if I made you uncomfortable. You assaulted me. Silence, long and cold. Then Marcus laughs. Actually laughs. Assault is a strong word for a miscommunication between colleagues. I'd hate for you to damage your reputation with accusations you can't prove. Is that a threat? It's advice. From someone who cares about your future. A pause. The Paris project is still yours. If you want it. Clean slate. We'll pretend last night never happened. I'm gripping the rafters so hard splinters dig into my palms. Say no, Emma. Walk away. I want it, she says. My heart stops. But things are different now, she continues. Professional only. Clear boundaries. Of course. Marcus sounds amused. Professional. That night, Emma comes home and finds me in the garage, surrounded by files, photos, printouts. Jesus, Daniel, how deep does this go? 17 women. At least. Maybe more. I look up at her. Why did you say yes to Paris? Because you told me to get close. I told you to document, not to accept a trip alone with him. I'm not going alone. She pulls out her phone, shows me a text. I told him I want you to come, as my +1, to see the city, support my big moment. He agreed. I stare at her. Why would he agree to that? Because he thinks he's won. He thinks I'm caving. And he loves an audience. Her smile is sharp, bitter. Men like Marcus don't just want to conquer. They want witnesses to their power. She's right. And she's terrifying. Emma, she cuts me off. You started this. You've been planning God knows what without telling me. So here's the deal. We do this together or not at all. Equal partners. Or I walk into his office tomorrow and file a complaint and let the lawyers handle it. We both know how that ends. Money. Silence. Justice for no one. Equal partners, I agree. She nods. Then she sees the photo I've been staring at. A woman, blonde, familiar. Is that Sarah Chen, his previous protege? She disappeared from the company 6 months ago. Paid off, NDA signed. What happened to her? I don't know. But I'm going to find out. Finding Sarah Chen takes 3 days and some creative internet stalking. She's in Portland now, working at a nonprofit. Small apartment. Quiet life, I show up unannounced. I'm Daniel Harper. My wife works for Marcus Hale. Her face goes pale. You need to leave, please. Just 5 minutes. He heard her. We're trying to stop him. Sarah's hand trembles on the doorframe. You can't stop him, I tried. It destroyed me. Then help us learn from your mistakes. She stares at me for a long moment. Then she opens the door. Inside, she tells us everything. The grooming. The assault. The threats. The settlement that came with chains. Speak about Marcus Hale and she loses everything. Her payout. Her reputation. Her future. He has lawyers who make you disappear, she whispers. Not physically, worse, professionally, personally. He has photos of me. Doctored to look like I wanted it. Like I seduced him. If I talk, those go public. Emma's face is white. He has photos of you? He has photos of all of us. Insurance, he calls it. I pull out my phone. Show her the folder I copied. Not anymore. Sarah's eyes go wide. How did you? I'm good at being invisible. And he underestimated the contractor. For the first time in our conversation, Sarah smiles. Then you might actually have a chance. She tells us about the pattern. The offshore accounts. The web of NDAs and shell companies designed to hide settlements. The network of enablers. Lawyers, HR directors, board members, who protect Marcus in exchange for their own piece of his empire. You can't just expose him, she says. You have to dismantle the entire system. Otherwise, they'll just rebuild it around someone else. We leave Portland with a blueprint for destruction. On the flight home, Emma is quiet. Finally, she says, I'm sorry. For what? For not listening. For thinking you were jealous instead of protective. For making you feel small when you were trying to keep me safe. I take her hand. I'm sorry for not being enough. You were always enough, Daniel. I just got seduced by the idea of more. She looks at me. He made me feel powerful, special, chosen. And I was so busy feeling seen that I didn't realize I was being hunted. We're going to make him pay. I know. She leans her head on my shoulder. But after we do, I need you to know something. Whatever happens between us after this, whether we survive this or not, you were right. About everything. And I was wrong. It's the first time in months she's looked at me like I'm her husband instead of an obstacle, and it breaks my heart because I know what's coming. The file I haven't shown her yet. The final piece of evidence. The photos aren't just of the women, they're of the husbands too. Marcus Hale doesn't just destroy his victims. He documents their partner's pain, calls it his collection of broken men, photos of husbands at bars drowning their humiliation, screenshots of desperate social media posts, evidence of relationships destroyed. I'm about to become photo number 17, unless I destroy him first. The plane descends through clouds. Emma's hand is warm in mine and I realize the truth. I'm not just saving my wife. I'm saving myself from becoming another trophy in a predator's gallery. Paris is beautiful in the way expensive things are. Glossy, perfect cold. Marcus booked us at the Hotel Plaza Athénée. Separate rooms, of course. His suite is on the top floor. Ours is 3 floors down. Close enough to summon. Far enough to maintain the illusion of propriety. Romantic, isn't it? Emma says, standing on our balcony overlooking Avenue Montaigne. Her voice drips with irony. I'm installing a recording device inside the smoke detector. He's setting a stage. I know. She watches me work. How many bugs have you planted? 7. His suite. The conference room. His rental car. The restaurant where tomorrow's meeting happens. I climb down from the chair. Whatever he does here, we'll have proof. She nods, but her hands shake when she reaches for her wine glass. I catch her wrist. You don't have to do this. We can leave right now, go to the authorities with what we have, and watch him buy his way out? Watch him destroy me the way he destroyed Sarah? She pulls away. No, you were right. We need him vulnerable, and vulnerability requires proximity. There's something in her voice I don't recognize, something hard and glittering. Emma, he thinks he's won, she interrupts. He thinks I'm here because I'm scared, compliant, broken. She finally looks at me. What if we let him think that? What if we give him exactly what he wants, right up until the moment we take everything? What are you saying? She moves closer. Her eyes are fierce. I'm saying I'm done being prey. I'm saying maybe the best way to trap a predator is to let him think he's caught you. Warning bells scream in my head. Emma, if you're talking about, relax, I'm not sleeping with him. She says it like the idea disgusts her. But I can flirt. I can play vulnerable. I can make him feel powerful enough to slip up. She touches my face. Trust me, please, I want to say no. Want to grab her and run. But I see it in her eyes, she needs this. Needs to reclaim her power by weaponizing his expectations. Okay, I say. But the moment it goes too far, you'll be listening to everything. The second I need you, you'll know. The next morning, Marcus takes us to breakfast at a cafe overlooking the Seine. He's all charm. Compliments Emma's dress. Asks about my work with fake interest. Plays the generous benefactor, treating the help to Parisian coffee and croissants. I play my part, the grateful husband. The simple contractor impressed by wealth. The man who doesn't notice when his wife and her boss lean too close during conversation. Under the table, Emma's foot presses against mine. A signal. She's okay. Daniel, Marcus says suddenly. There's an incredible woodworking shop in Le Marais. You should check it out this afternoon while Emma and I finalize the contract details. Translation: disappear so I can be alone with your wife. That sounds great, I say with a dopey smile. I've been wanting to see traditional French joinery techniques. Emma hides a smile behind her coffee cup. 3 hours later, I'm supposedly at a woodworking shop. Actually, I'm in Marcus's hotel suite, courtesy of a bribed cleaning staff and my own lock-picking skills. The place is obscene. Marble. Gold fixtures. A view that costs more per night than I make in a month. I work fast. Check the recording devices, all functioning. Then I search. His laptop is locked, but I don't need access. I'm looking for the physical evidence. The backup. Men like Marcus always keep insurance close. I find it in the safe behind a Monet lithograph. The combination is his birth date. Men like him are predictable in their narcissism. Inside, USB drives, documents, photos, and a journal. I photograph everything with hands that won't stop shaking. Page after page of Marcus Hale's private thoughts, his conquests rated and ranked, his strategies for psychological manipulation, his contempt for the women he destroys and the men who love them. Emma is particularly delicious. That earnest husband makes it even better. Breaking her will be exquisite. Breaking him will be art. I nearly vomit on his Persian rug, then I see it. The final entry. Dated yesterday, Paris will be the culmination. Public enough to humiliate the husband if needed. Private enough to ensure she has no escape. The Plaza's penthouse suite has cameras in the bedroom. My personal insurance. By the time we leave, she'll be mine or she'll be silent. Either way, I win. Cameras in the bedroom. Oh God, Emma's foot signal, our plan. She's supposed to meet him for a private dinner in his suite tonight. I grab my phone. Text her, abort cameras, get out now. No response, I call. Straight to voicemail. I run. Down 3 flights of stairs, through the lobby, past startled guests. The elevator to the penthouse requires a key card. I don't have one. I take the service stairs. Burst through the door to find a security guard blocking the hallway. Je suis désolé, monsieur, this floor is private. I punch him. I've never hit anyone in my life. My hand explodes with pain. He stumbles back, shocked, and I sprint past him. Marcus is sweet. I slam my shoulder into the door. It doesn't budge. Emma. Nothing. I hit it again. On the 4th impact, the frame cracks. One more and I'm through. The suite is dim, candle lit, champagne on ice, soft music playing. And Emma, standing in the center of the room, facing Marcus. She's not hurt, not crying, not struggling, she's smiling. Daniel, she says calmly. You're early. Marcus turns, his face a mask of irritation. What the hell? Honey, Emma continues, her voice steady. Marcus was just about to show me something. Weren't you, Marcus? He stares at her. Then at me, calculating. Show her what? I demand. Emma reaches into her purse, pulls out her phone. The camera feeds from his bedroom, the ones he uses to record women without their consent, the ones he was about to explain to me right before you heroically broke down the door. My brain stutters. What? I found the cameras 3 hours ago, she says. Hidden in the vents, the mirror, the headboard. I told Marcus I knew about them, and then I told him exactly what was going to happen next. Marcus's face has gone white. You're bluffing. Am I? Emma's smile sharpens. You keep everything, Marcus. Every video, every woman, every secret. Because you think documentation equals power. She steps closer to him. But you made a mistake. You documented yourself committing crimes, and now those files belong to us. There's no way you... While you were downstairs arranging tonight's champagne, my husband was in your safe. She glances at me. Show him. I pull out my phone. Show him the photos of his journal, his USB drives, his carefully archived evidence of his own predation. Marcus lunges for me. Emma trips him. He goes down hard, expensive suit hitting expensive floor. And in that moment, he's not a billionaire. He's just a man who's been outplayed. Here's what happens next, Emma says, standing over him. You're going to liquidate every offshore account. Set up a fund for your victims. Every woman you've hurt gets paid. Not settlements, not bribes, reparations with public apologies. I'll destroy you, Marcus hisses. Both of you. With what, I ask? The evidence we already copied and distributed to lawyers? The recordings of you admitting to assault? The journal where you rated women like conquests? Emma crouches down. You lose, Marcus, completely. The only choice you have is how public your destruction becomes. Cooperate and maybe, you avoid prison. Fight us and we release everything. The videos. The journal. Every secret you thought made you powerful. He stares at her. Really sees her maybe for the first time. Not as prey. As an equal. No, as his superior. You planned this, he says slowly. From the beginning. Not from the beginning, Emma admits. From the moment I realized you were a predator. From the moment my husband loved me enough to become something he hated. A spy, a thief, a man who breaks into hotel rooms. Just to protect me. She stands. I didn't trap you, Marcus. We did, together. Marcus agrees. He has no choice. 3 days later, we're back in the States. The story breaks. Tech billionaire establishes victim fund amid allegations. His lawyers work overtime to spin it as voluntary, charitable. But the truth leaks anyway. It always does. Sarah Chen calls me crying. Is it real? The fund? It's real. And you'll never have to be silent again. 17 women come forward, then 23, then 40. Marcus Hale doesn't go to prison. Men like him rarely do. But his empire crumbles. His board removes him. His reputation becomes poison. And Emma and I, we sit on our porch watching the sunset over the house I built for us. I almost lost you, I say. I almost let you go, she admits. I was so caught up in wanting more that I forgot what I already had. And now, she takes my hand. Now I know the difference between ambition and greed, between being seen and being hunted, she looks at me. You were invisible for so long, Daniel. Working in shadows, fixing things, holding everything together while I chased shine. I'm sorry I didn't see you. I see you now, I say. We sit in comfortable silence. Then my phone buzzes. An email from a lawyer I don't recognize. Subject, regarding Marcus Hale's full financial records. I open it. Start reading and everything I thought I understood shatters, Emma. I say slowly. When exactly did you find those cameras? She goes very still. What do you mean? The email says the fund is being established from accounts I didn't know existed. Accounts that were accessed 3 weeks ago. Before Paris, before the assault. Daniel, how long? I turn to her. How long have you been planning this? Her silence is the loudest answer of all. Emma's face is unreadable in the dying light. How long? I repeat. She stands, walks to the porch railing, her back to me. When she finally speaks, her voice is quiet. Since the first week I worked for him. The world tilts. That's impossible. You didn't know what he was. Yes, I did. She turns. Her eyes are dry, calm. I knew exactly what Marcus Hale was before I ever applied for the job. My mind races, trying to reorder every moment, every conversation, every tear. You're lying. The assault, the way you came home crying, was real, she interrupts. Everything I told you about that dinner was true. He did assault me. I did say no, and I was destroyed. Her voice cracks just slightly, but I knew it was coming. I didn't expect it to hurt that much. I stand backing away from her like she's a stranger. What the hell are you saying? I'm saying I worked for Marcus Hale's previous company. 4 years ago, before I met you. She hugs herself. I wasn't senior enough to be his target, but I watched him destroy my mentor. Watched him pay her off. Watched her disappear with an NDA and dead eyes. Emma's jaw tightens. I quit, changed careers. Tried to forget. But men like Marcus never stop. They just find new hunting grounds, new victims. So you, went back? Deliberately put yourself in his path? I researched him, found the pattern, realized he'd started fresh at a new company, with new women lined up. I couldn't let it happen again. She steps toward me. So yes, I applied. I took the job. I made myself exactly what he looks for. Ambitious, married, hungry for validation. I knew he'd come for me eventually. And you didn't tell me. My voice sounds strangled. You let me think I was protecting you when you were, what? Using me? Using us? No! The word explodes from her. Daniel, no. I didn't plan to fall in love with you. That was real. That was the one thing I didn't expect. Tears finally break through. When I met you, I almost abandoned the whole thing. You made me feel safe enough to heal, to want a normal life instead of revenge. But you didn't abandon it. Because women kept disappearing. Her voice shakes. While I was healing, while I was playing house, Marcus was destroying lives. And I realized the safest place to stop him was from inside my own marriage, with someone who loved me enough to fight alongside me. The manipulation of it, the calculation. I want to be furious. But all I feel is a strange, sickening understanding. The warnings, I say slowly. My jealousy. My paranoia. You cultivated that. You needed me suspicious enough to dig, but loyal enough not to leave. She nods miserably. I needed you to find the evidence. You're invisible to men like Marcus. The working-class husband isn't a threat. You could move through his world documenting everything while he never saw you coming. And the renovation job, that was you too? I recommended your company. Sold it as supporting local business. Marcus never questioned it. Emma wipes her eyes. I'm sorry. I used your skills, your access, your love. I turned you into my weapon without your consent. I sit down hard on the porch steps. So this whole time, every moment I thought I was saving you. You were. Just not the way you thought. She sits beside me, careful not to touch. Daniel, I didn't fake being hurt. I didn't fake needing you. The Emma who came home crying that night was real. I also knew the assault would happen. I walked into that room knowing what Marcus was. And it still broke something in me. Jesus, Emma. I put my head in my hands. You let him assault you. You used your own trauma as bait. I used what he already took from me once. Her voice hardens. 4 years ago, he cornered me at a company retreat. I was 24. Nobody believed me. Nobody cared. So this time I made sure there would be evidence, witnesses. A paper trail he couldn't erase. She finally touches my shoulder. I'm not proud of the manipulation, but I'm proud we stopped him. I look at her. Really look. This woman I thought I knew. Who are you? I whisper. Someone who learned that the system doesn't protect women. So I became the system. She meets my eyes. I'm sorry I made you complicit without telling you, but I'm not sorry we won. The silence stretches between us. Somewhere a dog barks, life continuing oblivious. The Paris cameras, I say finally. You found them before we even arrived, didn't you? A ghost of a smile. The night we checked in, I knew he'd have them. Men like Marcus always do. And you let me break down that door. Let me think I was rescuing you. Because you needed to be the hero. I needed you to feel like you'd saved me, so you'd never question whether I'd saved myself. She takes a shaky breath. I'm a monster, aren't I? Using the man I love as cover for revenge? I should say yes. Should rage at her. Walk away. Instead, I find myself laughing. It's a broken, bitter sound. What's funny? Emma asks carefully. I thought I was protecting you from becoming one of his victims. You were already a survivor planning his destruction. I shake my head. And the worst part? I'm not even angry anymore. I'm impressed. Horrified. But impressed. She stares at me like I'm the unpredictable one now. You said it yourself, I continue. The system doesn't work. Marcus would have bought his way out of anything legal, so you built a trap so perfect he destroyed himself. I finally meet her eyes. You didn't just stop him. You made him pay for every woman he ever hurt. Does that make it right? I don't know. Honest answer. Does it matter? Emma's quiet for a long moment. Then what happens to us now? And there it is. The real question beneath everything else. I look at this woman who orchestrated everything, who wielded my love like a weapon, who let herself be assaulted again to spring her trap, who trusted me to play my part even when I didn't know there was a part to play. I don't know if I can trust you, I say. I know. You turned our marriage into a con. I did. Everything I thought I knew about us was a lie. Not everything. She turns to me, eyes fierce. Loving you was real. Choosing you was real. Trusting you to be strong enough to handle the truth, that's real too. Her voice drops. I could have done this alone. Should have. But I wanted you beside me, not just as cover. As my partner. A partner you manipulated, yes, no defense. No excuse, just truth. I stand. Walk to the edge of the porch. The house I built surrounds us, every board, every nail, every corner crafted with my own hands. You know what the worst part is? I say quietly. If you'd told me the truth from the beginning, told me what he was, what you'd survived, what you were planning, I would have helped anyway. No manipulation necessary. Behind me, Emma makes a small wounded sound. But you didn't trust me with that choice. You needed me loyal and blind. I turn to face her. So now I have to decide. Do I forgive you for using me, or do I walk away from the woman who loved me enough to make me her weapon? Daniel, I need time, I interrupt. To figure out who you really are. Who we really are if we're anything at all. She nods, wipes her eyes, stands. I'll stay with my sister, she says, for as long as you need. She walks inside to pack. I stay on the porch, watching night swallow the day. 3 weeks pass. The Marcus Hale scandal dominates headlines. Victim fund grows to 50 million, billionaire faces civil suits. More women come forward. Sarah Chen appears on national television, her NDA nullified by Marcus's own crimes. She tells her story. Others follow. Emma's name never appears. Neither does mine. We're ghosts in our own victory. I don't call her. Don't text. I work on the house, stripping rooms down to studs and rebuilding them. Trying to figure out what's salvageable and what needs to be torn down completely. Then on a Tuesday, my phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer, Mr. Harper. A woman's voice, professional. My name is Jennifer Moss. I'm one of Marcus Hale's victims. I'm calling because I need to thank whoever gave us our voices back. My throat tightens. You don't need to thank me. Yes, I do. For 3 years, I thought I was alone. That I'd imagined it. That I was complicit somehow. She's crying now. Someone out there risked everything to prove I wasn't crazy. Whoever you are, whatever you did, it gave me my life back. She hangs up before I can respond. I sit there, phone in hand. Understanding finally settling in my chest like a stone. Emma didn't just use me. She trusted me with something bigger than our marriage. Bigger than her own safety. She trusted me to help save people we'd never meet. Women whose names we'd never know. And I did. We did. I call her that night. Hey, she says. Careful, guarded. Come home, I tell her. Silence. Then, are you sure? No, but I'm willing to find out. I take a breath. What you did was manipulative and dangerous and morally complicated. But it was also brave. And it worked. And I think I need to know the woman who's capable of that. The real you, not the version you thought I needed. Daniel, I don't know if there's a difference anymore. Then we'll figure it out together. I pause, equal partners. For real this time, no more secrets, no more using each other. Just truth, even when it's ugly. Even when it's ugly, she echoes. Can you do that? Long pause. Then I don't know, but I want to try. That's enough, I say. For now. She comes home the next morning. We sit at the kitchen table, the one I built in the house I renovated, in the life we constructed from lies and truth and something in between. Ground rules, I say. No more schemes. No more manipulation. If you're planning something, I'm in from the start or I'm out completely. Agreed. And therapy. For both of us. Because this, I gesture between us, is not healthy. But it might be savable, she nods. I'll make the appointments. And Emma? Yeah? If you ever use my love as a weapon again, I'm gone. No second chances. No explanations. Just gone. Her eyes fill. I understand. We sit in uncomfortable silence. Then she reaches across the table, takes my hand. Thank you, she whispers, for not hating me. I should, I admit. Part of me does. But the rest of me, I squeeze her hand. The rest of me understands why you did it. And respects the hell out of you for it. That's a strange foundation for a marriage. Yeah, I agree. But we've never been conventional, she almost smiles. No, we haven't. Outside, the sun rises over our small, complicated, imperfect life. Marcus Hale's empire burns. 43 women find justice. And Emma and I sit in the wreckage of our marriage, holding hands across a kitchen table, trying to figure out if love built on manipulation can transform into something real. I don't know if we'll make it. But I know this. She didn't save me. She chose me to be strong enough to handle her darkness, trusted me to be her weapon, her partner, her accomplice in righteousness. And maybe that's not love. But it's something fierce and dangerous and entirely our own. Are we terrible people? Emma asks quietly. I think about Marcus Hale, about the women he'll never hurt again, about the system we broke by refusing to play by its rules. Probably, I say. Good, she replies. And for the first time in weeks, we both smile.